Welcome back. Welcome to the show. Who I just farted. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. Welcome to your video this week. That's a good way to start.
We have to release the gas.
Oh, that was very disrespectful.
Yellow girls don't fart.
So,
yellow people don't.
There's a saying that the more you get familiar with each other, then those kind of things will happen. That if you date a girl for like a year, 2 years, she never farted in front of you. She's hiding a lot of secrets from you.
Let me ask you, how was your weekend? We kind of know how your weekend went.
My weekend was interesting. I hosted the MDG awards and compromise.
What's MDG again?
Millennium Development Goals.
Yeah.
And Compassionate Prize Awards 2016. It's in its 9th year. One of the recipients of the Compassionate Prize was Compassionate Award was President Muhammadu Buhari for doing what he is doing. The other person is late MKO Abiola for his contributions to Nigeria. And so yesterday I did the only thing that my mind and my body agreed on, which was to do nothing at all.
Cool. Let me come to talk with, how was your weekend?
Very busy. My hair is out, yay! I'm not really feeling it at the moment, but then we'll leave because I don't have time to style it. But I had a very busy weekend. Chris was with you at the event. She had an event this weekend, so I hosted Well Baby, and I got very good feedback. That was my first time hosting a show on radio, and I think I did my best, and I'm happy that I got a few compliments, and most especially I was able to lead people into doing what was right concerning the topic at hand.
Well done.
And after that time, I went to represent the team, Your View team, at the Help Meet conference.
How was it?
It was fantastic. They were young people, which are my primary audience, so I was happy that I squeezed out time to go there, and they were really eager to they were asking questions. If you think young people are not concerned about the country, but they were concerned about the country. They wanted to know, what can we do, which way forward. Somebody asked that, is it that the young people are not doing enough? Is it that we're not enterprising enough? And I was really happy to be able to contribute my little quota into steering them aright in terms of entrepreneurship and contributing their own to the fight against corruption.
That's fantastic. Well done.
Finally, yesterday, I met with the Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, at ShopRite, and surprisingly, he was alone. He didn't have all this. I was thinking we would see him with escorts and all that. He just had one oddly, and he was answering questions from people on the in front of the city mall. He was just answering people's questions.
In Ikeja or Island?
In Ikeja. It was. I was really impressed. I took a selfie with him though.
Wait.
Busy weekend.
How you doing, Uwa?
Very well. On Friday, I was driving back from the island, and I literally slept off on the steering wheel. That's how tired I was. And I just heard boom.
Oh, you bumped your car?
Yes, and the sleep just disappeared from my eyes. Oh. When the traffic is so much like that, it's really, really stressful, And this morning, had called to say that there's traffic on the DC. And I would have just taken my route, jejeje. I decided to follow MM's instruction, and I ended up spending over 40 minutes on CMD road. That I would have. Really? How is your puppy doing?
The puppy that Uwa gave me, her kids were crying yesterday. They want to release the puppy. Cookie, you call her? Yeah. So my kids are excited about it. We always wanted a Lhasa. We wanted to buy one before, but Oga said no. So when Uwa now said this one is available, my husband said, okay, let's just get it. And they came to deliver the Lhasa yesterday. Oh my God, I felt so bad. Alpha and Habib were they were crying. I mean, I felt really bad. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know. We're just like, can we just return it? And their mom said no. But the baby, honestly, I'm now potty training him with the own environment, the dog. And I called my brother up. He's very good with dogs. So he told me exactly what to do to potty train her. So, and she's honestly cool. All night, she was great. She's such a fantastic puppy.
You're talking like you're talking about a human being.
Yes, it is a puppy.
What? That baby got it. Anyway, let's take a break.
She's
We'll be talking more about her as we go, because you'll be hearing more about her. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll go through the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Let's start with the punch. DSS arrest of judges. Rivers CP to be sanctioned for aiding Governor Wike. Both the aiding is in quotes. 8 more judges under investigation. 3 court registry employees quizzed. Picture here of WCQ. Eagles get off to a flying start. Beat Zambia 2-1. Lagos schoolboy sick in kidnappers' den. PDP kicks as APC sweeps Ogun local government election. World Bank orders to release $1.3 billion for Nigeria's development bank. NJC holds emergency meeting over DSS rates on Tuesday. Nigeria's current structure won't bring development, says Anyaku and Soludo. 4 NNPC officials held for vandalizing pipeline, and 50 customers owe banks 5.2 trillion, says CBN.
Do you see? Just 50 customers
Jehovah.
in this population of 180 million.
Some of them are oil companies, so yeah.
I was worried about the boy from Lagos State Model College, Igbonla. Amongst the 6 people abducted from the school, the kidnappers have been in talks with the parents. They are asking for 5 million per person, so 30 million. This particular boy that is sick, they said that, don't worry, just look for the money, we are treating him. The parents are worried and saying, I have raised about 1 million, just release him. You know, they're thinking that he has malaria. The kidnappers say that he has a lot of he has a high fever.
High fever.
You know.
And the kidnapper said, if you have 3.5, just bring it.
They have now finally agreed to 3.5 per person.
They are still discussing, trying to see what they can do.
It is well. I just pray that he gets better.
I wanted to quickly talk on the
NNPC
arresting 4 people. According to the reports that some of the staff of the Warri Refinery and Petroleum Company and staff of NNPC were caught siphoning fuel from a vandalized pipeline. And amongst the people that was arrested is the naval chief of the administration at the Warri jetty. Now, I keep saying that most times we say, what's it called, bunkry. The reason is still strong, you know, is because a lot of security personnel, this is supposed to be like a naval chief, is supposed to oversee and see that things are being
corruption,
done.
pretty much.
You understand? So a lot of our security personnel, they've been compromised.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm happy that they have arrested them, and I hope they would, you know, prosecute them.
Okay, moving on very quickly to The Nation. DSS, judges got bribe in department store, Ghana, Niger, and other places. Wike says, this impunity must stop. If they had abducted the judges, they may go and kill them.
Really?
And they will say the Rivers State is insecure. We must resist this injustice. Nobody can intimidate Rivers people. While the DSS source says the judge in Port Harcourt is under probe for about $2.5 million. Out of that amount, $500,000 was moved elsewhere. And we know where it went. Governor Wike's fear was that once the money was taken, the judge must account. OPEC lost over $1 trillion to drop in oil prices. Picture here, 4 died, 2 injured in Lagos accident. Anyaku, I'll always support restructuring. Okay, we'll talk about the judges because it's our hot topic anyway, but this accident, did you guys read it? Alleged 5 armed robbers stole a priest's car at gunpoint, and they sped off. The car obviously ran off the shoulder of the road and hit a pedestrian. So 4 of them died. Now, of the 2 in the car, 2 of them ran off. 3 died instantly, and the guy, the pedestrian that the car hit, died. So 4 died. But when they now checked the vehicle, they saw it was a priest's car, which was stolen, and they saw some guns.
They saw some locally fabricated guns and all that.
Do not touch my anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
It's not just about the priest.
Yeah. Okay, Anyaku, did you know the story? Nobody read that. Okay, let's move on.
No, I did not.
Just projecting restructuring. Everybody's talking
what
about
is his own ideology of the restructuring?
Well,
did you read that?
I read it, but I just can't remember exactly what he said. Let's move on to Vanguard. Outrage over DSS crackdown on judges. Picture here of Mahmoud Mohammed as the CJN, Lawal Daura, DSS DG, and Abubakar Mahmoud, the NBA president. DSS to go after 8 more judges. 3 court officials interrogated. APC PDP bicker over crackdown on judges. Investors lose 290 billion naira in 9 months as apathy for shares worsens. Igbonla Model College kidnap victim falls ill in abductors. Then we talked about that. Right. So
I read about the investors losing confidence in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and that within the last 1 year, that investors have lost return on investment of 290 million or billion naira. It's a decline of 2.9% from 9.8 trillion naira to 9.5 trillion naira within the year under review. And so they're saying that the stock exchange officials are looking to stem the tide, coming together for negotiations and looking at ideas of how they can stop this.
My only advice is that people should start looking towards how we can manufacture our things locally in Nigeria. Because if we keep losing...
Once we have power, we will look at it.
It's not only power, because a lot of people, a lot of companies, I was talking with a banker recently, and she was telling me that, honestly speaking, in all fairness, the federal government, they've tweaked a lot of things, that if you're bringing in raw materials to manufacture, they give you priority in terms of forex and all that. So I think a lot of people should look into focusing more on what they can manufacture as to maybe
how come that is contradictory to what our Erisco boss was saying on Friday?
Well, this is coming from the banker.
I found out paper, this one, the Daily Sun. Buhari moves against ex-governors, insist on recovery of 57 billion naira. Lack of funds stalls the Ezani's investigation, and picture of some of the city senators who are senators and governors, ex-governors that President is insisting they return the money. Northern elders meet on state of the nation. Very interesting. I like that article. SMEs, federal government reaches agreement with World Bank on $1.3 billion lifeline. APC, National Working Committee, faces major crisis, and DSS go after 8 more judges. Now, I read the article where the Arewa consultant was saying that we've been silent, especially considering the restructuring matter. That we're going to put together a paper. We're going to present, I think, in 2 days' time. We're looking forward to that.
We want to hear from them.
We know what the Southwest is saying.
Yes.
We know what the Southeast is saying.
Yes.
We want to know what the North is saying.
Exactly.
So please, we are looking forward to, hopefully, we have a consensus. And if we have a consensus,
then let our representative
but
move
the president
for a
already has an
referendum.
opinion on that.
Our president.
Our president already has an opinion on that, and he's saying that...
Oh, you think his people are not going to object to... They are not going to contradict him?
Well, we don't, let's not presume what they're going to say, because they are yet to say it, and let's not guess. So 2 days is enough. It's not too long.
Let's just wait.
We waited long enough. But then the
major headline,
yes, which is the move against ex-governors. These governors were from the previous administration, found to have
they're sitting senators,
and most of them are sitting. All of them are sitting senators actually, and their names were I didn't take down their name. I'm sure
we have their
Sani
pictures.
Yerima, Danjuma Goje, Abdullahi Adomamu, and Joshua Dariye.
And the figures were quoted, that they were
57.2 billion naira.
That they were all found, that they are sort of like connected together, and that they are going to move in on them. But the part that stood out for me was when the book.
But this is about the book. Oh, this is the book.
This is a book. And I that the book that
this
all of this
controversial book that everybody is talking about. This book.
That's what I want to say. That all of this is coming out from a book. So when they say it moves against, it's not as if there's a court case against them. When they say there is no fund to prosecute, there is no court case. All we are saying is quoting a book about the president. So I'm wondering, this book was released in October 3rd. It's as if they're trying to generate markets for that book, because they're trying to push us to all go and read the book and see all that is happening.
Well, it's true, and I think that the book is actually speaking on our president's behalf. Like, I mean, he can tell us
biography, telling us what is happening in current affairs.
No, what he wants to do.
How about John Padding?
Okay, let's take a break.
It's not John Padding's issue.
Okay, let's take a break. When we return, as we said, NBA declares state of emergency concerning the arrests of several judges. That's our hot topic. And later, we talk about ensuring our children's safety in school, considering using the Ekpe experience with the Model College experience over the weekend. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So the hottest news this weekend was that the Nigerian Bar Association has called on the Department of Department of State Services, DSS, to immediately release the 2 justices of the Supreme Court who have been suspected to be aiding and abetting the corruption over the years. Their homes were raided by its operatives and later taken into custody. According to the NBA president, he said this is the ploy by the executive to intimidate the judiciary, and we will not accept it. We will not take it like Urubebe. He did say that. I added that. We are not under a military rule. I have declared a state of emergency on the legal profession over this matter. What are your thoughts on it? You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Actually, they arrested 7. And according to today's papers, they're going to be getting additional 8. But in the midst of the 7, is it Governor Wike obstructed the DSS officials from taking the judge in his own state? Went to they said you cannot come and intimidate us in this our state.
And let's remember the allegation against that judge was that he ruled in the case of Wike.
Yes.
In favor of Wike on a case that everybody
on the election where everybody knew that there was no election in Rivers State and that it should be otherwise. We were expecting it. It was against the tribunal ruling, which rarely happens because when the tribunal sits on something, usually they've done their investigation, but it went opposite, and it was. They suspected he had about $2 million, $2.5 million in his house.
Yes, you know. So seriously, the judges in Nigeria always say that no man is above the law, and I think that they should also. It's now coming to play on them that they are not above the law. Murayo, we are in a country where we're fighting corruption is it's the bedrock of what is going on right now. Even though the economy is screaming that there's recession, the presidency says that corruption is the way forward. We must fight corruption, and every corrupt case goes up to the judge. We have case of the forgery case being thrown out because of lack of evidence. There are too many things happening that strengthening the institution that checkmates corruption is one of the strongest way we can send a message to deter people from corruption.
I agree with that statement, but there's this school of thought that, remember, we have 3 arms of government, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Now, by acts like this, weakens the strength of the judiciary. But these they are independent of each other.
They are supposed to be independent.
So the NJC should be the one to be coordinating any investigation for the judiciary. Why would the DSS go and arrest judges?
The police or EFCC should have been the one. I would totally agree. Because I understand what you're saying, but I'm one that has been on the wheeler, and I'm in between right now. So I understand the part of Nigerians want to see something happening, and all we've seen and we've been complaining about is that nothing is going on. They go to court, they remain in court for a long time. The judgments are seemingly tilted towards supporting corruption. So anything that happens, and I'm surprised that a lot of people on Twitter are screaming that this is wrong. Sorry, what do you want to happen?
I'll tell you what I want to happen. I want a system that checkmates corruption in the judiciary. If you arrest 15 judges, if you do not clear the system, the judges that are going to fill those positions are not going to come from Ghana or Togo.
But they'll learn.
They are going to learn what
they'll learn the lesson. Because the idea is to deter them from doing the same thing.
Let me tell you, this isn't a deterrent. It just means that because there are some judges that are being alleged to have also done things wrong, they're not being pursued. It seems like you're selective.
Yeah, but it's so that they're going to get 8 more. So can we wait for the 8 more?
May I say to you why I disagree with this totally? It seems like we're going back to 1984 when Umaru Diko was kidnapped in the UK and created diplomatic baggage on his way to Nigeria. Nigerians and the Britons at the time did not think that Umaru Diko was not a criminal, but the way and manner that he was processed. Now you are sending a wrong message to the international community, the way you're treating your judiciary. First, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. They found a total of, let me read the amounts. They are mind-boggling amounts. From 3 judges, they found in their houses, 93 million naira, 558,000.
Okay.
$530,000 and 87. 225,970 pounds and 5,680 euros. I've read
It's
it.
relatively small.
I can even say that it's small, especially when you are thinking about the monies that they alone or three people.
One person.
Three people.
Then I want to quote one person. Justice Adeniyi Ademola, one person. Justice Adeniyi Ademola was found to have $171,000. Iṣẹ́ wo ló ń ṣe? How did you earn that money?
The points I'm driving now.
These are allegations too. We don't know for
He was found cash found.
The point I'm driving.
What's in the cash now?
By our laws. What the laws that created DSS, what is their assignment? One.
Okay.
Secondly, they said that the DSS had search warrants, and when you have a search warrant, you can go into their house at any time. But they did not have arrest warrants. You need a judge to give you an arrest warrant.
I think they have both.
They have both.
They did declare.
Listen, when you find incriminating or criminal evidence while going through a search, you can arrest. But they did not have an arrest warrant.
What I read was that they didn't have an arrest warrant.
The Gestapo way in which they entered the judges' houses, blowing up doors to go and arrest them. Listen, Morayo, all of us want to see our judges who are corrupt penalized. But you must do it the right way.
Okay, point taken. Yes, well, I want to jump in here.
Now, see, Morayo, the truth is, when there's no system in place, things will fall apart. I am particularly happy that this is happening because over the years, I keep saying that it is pointless for a common man to go to any court because if you are standing against someone that has money, just consider that you are wasting, is a complete waste of your resources. Just count your losses, you know, and cry if you have to cry and go back to looking for other ways to recover whatever you've lost. Now, I think for me, I'm happy about the clampdown. But the reason I feel the DSS would have gone that kind of route is because we do not have a proper structure of, for instance, if I am looking for Tokwe tomorrow, Tokwe has stolen 1 billion naira for me. Trust me, the Tokwe I'm seeing every day, all of a sudden goes into thin air. We don't have any proper, system that can trace anybody in this country. Somebody can just go into hiding on the ground overnight and vanish overnight.
I haven't read somewhere,
Now, for them to have gone midnight to go and be doing some kind of transactions, it's because I'm sure they gathered intelligence. You know, most of these people are already aware. They cannot tell me that they're not aware that, I mean, there are some kind of, watch.
There were cases against them.
Yes, watches, eyes that are watching them. So, of course, obviously, some people would try to escape. So, me, I don't understand their own.
And I heard that they actually said that it was leaked.
If we had a proper system to trace people in this country, I don't think we would have had to go through that.
Let me take this call from Kola. Kola, are you there?
Hola.
Hola. Good morning. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning. I want to be part of the discussion.
Go ahead, please.
Until we clean up our judicial system, there's no way we can fight this corruption in this nation. Judicial system, they have really abhorred all these evil people to be punishing ordinary Nigerians. You can see most of the court cases for the past governors. How many governors they have prosecuted? None of them. They are still there enjoying their money. And we want to fight corruption until they make sure they gather all those evil judges and clear them off of the system before Nigeria can move forward.
Thanks, Olaoluwa. I think the worry is, I think we all agree that we need to clear up our judicial system, but I think it's the method that we're arguing against.
What would we have done? It was a coordinated attack on all the judges at the same time. Were you going to announce to them? Because they need the evidence. Most of the issues with trying cases, the judge will throw it out. You don't have enough evidence. The case wasn't brought out together. Those are our weak points, which the EFCC needs to deal with, and the lawyers of the EFCC needs to deal with. However, when you're going to go and meet a judge that I want to go and ask for your I want to go and arrest Supreme Judge, give me warrants, and he will not call his boss, his friend, like
but actually, the Constitution Section 28. Subsection 1 and I think subsection 28 or 29, section 28 and 29 of the Constitution actually does allow them to arrest and search. But let me take this call from Yakub. Yakub, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, Morayo.
Yes, please go ahead.
Good morning to you all because of time. Morayo, we are not going to do justice to this topic until we invite one of the lawyers to that studio because yesterday night I watched Channel Television, if I'm allowed to say that.
Why are you not watching TVC?
I listened to Barrister Duty Uguyi. And then it was quote from starting section of our constitution, give you the DSS priority to go anywhere, anytime, to go and make arrest or search anywhere under the law. See, Morayo, do you know how this judge, they are the same ordinary citizens of this country today, all because they don't have money. Morayo, you made mention of something earlier that NJC have the priority to investigating justice and punish them. I listened to that Dixie Ogunye yesterday. It is no, Morayo. It made us to know that NJC, they are there to just do investigation. For example, do you remember Justice Ayo Isa Salami? NJC recommending Justice Salami to recall back to the bar. Do you know it was not recalled back to the bar because NJC, they are not a court. Okay. It is only here that Nigerian citizens, we are looking about our daughter. And then we keep quiet. We just keep quiet.
All right. Thank you very much, Jacob.
What I've noticed with EFCC's cases that have been thrown out a lot is that they go through the wrong route. So if you know that these people are really
What's
guilty...
What's the definition of wrong route?
Meaning that the judges that threw out their cases call it miscarriage of court processes. So if you do this and you get to whichever court you want to prosecute them in, because you're not just going to lock them up, you're going to take them to court. And the judges now say you have violated their human rights, and because of that, they allow them go scot-free. That's not what we want.
There is evidence. The issue is usually the judges always complain that we don't have enough evidence. But because of this move, they were able to catch them whether they were money.
With the
So
money.
they need to give account of how they got those monies from. Now, the judges have already ruled a precedent before now, saying that money found, even though it was found illegally, like they didn't have proper warrants to get that money, the money is still admissible in court. Okay. Evidence found illegally is still admissible in court. So they are going to face it.
We have
How
to
did you get that money?
We have to run
Okay,
out. It's still an ongoing discussion.
How
because
it
just happened over the weekend. We know in the next few days we're going to see more stories, and they said that 8 more judges to be arrested. So don't worry, we'll still have a conversation on this. Let's take a break. We can't take any more to it. We have a special guest in the studio. When we come back, and ensuring the safety of our children, we have a special guest to help us tell us how far Lagos State has gone, especially in the safety of our children across board. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Last week, militants stormed the Lagos Model College, Igbonla Ekpe, abducting 4 students, the vice principal and the teacher in the school. How far has the Nigerian police gone in getting these children, and how do we ensure the safety of children, especially in this part of Nigeria? Joining us is the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, Mr. Fatai Owusheni. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You can call us on 070-806-68014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. Sir, so concerning the episode that happened with these children, where are we in getting these kids back, and what are the kidnappers saying? Because we're reading things in the papers, we're not sure. We'd like to hear from you. Where are we concerning that situation?
Yes, all what we've been doing is to work with the affected parents, also collaborate with other security agencies, and we are working assiduously. Effort is being intensified, and we believe that God will grant all the efforts that are being made, that those children and the teachers will be rejoined with their family.
I'd like to ask a question. Based on the what happened over the weekend, 48 hours ago, that the DSS went to arrest or search through the house of some justices, they said that they called one of them and he said he wasn't at home. But they traced the network and found out that he was speaking from within his house. Is there no way we can use technology? Because these people are reaching out to people. They are communicating. They are talking and saying that I know that technology can help us trace, okay, this is where the server they are using, this is the, technology can help us. So that we can find out where they are and lock down the geographic location.
Let me add to what she's saying, because in the papers this morning it was reported that the kidnappers called one of the parents saying that the child is not feeling too well, and now they are now stepping down the ransom to 3.5 million. So what she's saying about tracing the call, technologically to find out the exact location, is that possible, and is that being done?
Unfortunately, we don't know about our police, and we don't know about the security agencies. We are far on top when it comes to application of technology, to investigation. But I've always said it whenever we have cases like this. Things like this are not issues to be discussed.
Yes.
Forget about all what you read in the newspapers. Yes, parents will be agitated. No parents want his or her child to be kidnapped. They are bound to be under pressure. They are bound to say something. But when it comes to running this thing in the media, it is not helpful. Everybody keep on talking about ransom. You are encouraging people to think. And of course, I've watched this your same station before, when they were doing the newspaper review, something, that someone openly said, oh, Nigeria police lied with all their mouth and whatever. Well, that is not what is expected. When you have situation like this, the people that are involved are children. There are adults there as well. And security work with criminal elements, it's like cat and mouse game. You don't want to let out your strategies because for everything you say, you are also empowering the criminal elements. Because if you say you are going this way, you've already that is it. So,
to give them that element of surprise.
So when we do things like this, we just want to you know, plead for the support, understanding of the generality of the people. That let us just do all what we can do. Join us in your prayers so that we can get the school children out.
I agree totally with you, sir. So we'll just move away from that issue to how can we prevent the same occurrence in future? You know the element of how this happened, what went wrong, how do we prevent it?
Please, in addition to that, this is another waterway-based crime. And this is the second time it's happening within that axis. Ikorodu, now Ekpe, robberies and kidnapping, waterways, going away through waterways. What is the police doing to?
Look, prevention is the work of everyone. It is not just about the security agencies. It's about all of us, the parents, the teachers. You talk about waterways. Nigeria is very large. Even if you have 1,000 policemen in some of those places, some of these things will still happen because that is the means, unfortunately, of livelihood of some of these criminal elements. What we should be telling ourselves, as we've been telling parents, is that look at where the school is located, remotely located. Maybe when some of us were in schools, there were people that went to schools within that area. Federal Government College, Udogbulu in those days, Mayflower School. They were remotely located. But you find out that the people within the community, they are even the people that will harass you or that will go and tell the school that we've seen Morayo roaming about. They will even call your parents because the value system then and of course the communal living that we're living. But you have a situation now where everybody is just going about his own business. We've not really accepted that for some of the places we put our businesses, there should be a kind of threat analysis. There should be a kind of getting professionals who can talk to them about security. We also don't know that, yes, we've been preaching it. If you see something, say something. Because the criminal elements that carried out that act, they must have been surveying that place. Some people must have seen them. Even when the thing happened, it was reported that they climbed, they scaled the fence of the school. Somebody probably must have seen them afar. Some of these waterways, why they're difficult to police or to secure in some cases is that they are not navigable. They are waterlets. They are tributaries of water. And the way the places, that topography is such that you now have like, you know, trees, forests, that even if you are flying, you may not see some of these things. And there are places that is just canoe that will enter. So some people must have seen them doing their reconnaissance and whatever, and everybody will keep quiet. But we'll keep on telling everyone that we all have a responsibility. If you come out of this place now, you are driving on the road, just see, yes, we are not saying security agents should follow everyone, but the carelessness, if you follow the report we gave to the press one day, that we saw a toddler crawling the road.
Yes, in GRA.
Without anyone attending to him. Yes. I personally have stopped at various places to ask, where are the parents of those people? They are selling whatever they are selling by the roadside. The woman had gone with like 4 children to the roadside where she is selling. And maybe as of the time nobody that she's attending to, no one, she's probably discussing with a fellow trader. She won't know when the child will wander away. So we should all join hands together, be security conscious, and if we join hands together, everywhere in the world, people must work together. And that is what we are pleading with our people.
Let me bring you back to this issue of kidnap, because it's getting pretty much rampant. We're hearing, even in Isheri not too long ago, some people got kidnapped in different communities in Lagos State. Now, as the Commissioner of Police, can you walk us through how a perfect rescue mission goes? So just to have an idea what the process is. So for example, your sister gets kidnapped. Okay, you ensure you don't ask for ransom because you report to the police. What the police does in the entire process, so that people know not to encourage payment of this ransom. They know that the police are actually on top of the game. So I need you to just walk us through what would you prefer, the preferred situation. What would you like our citizens to do? And how do you handle it so that people have a better understanding of what the police is doing? And so not to be so easily succumb to paying ransom easily without informing the police.
May I quickly commend you about the Isheri one? Actually, we heard of the arrest of the kingpin.
Yes.
And
so what leads to that? How are you able to get that done?
You cannot give those are strategies that as I told you, that we watch ourselves.
Yes.
The criminal elements watch us.
Yes.
We watch them.
Yes.
But my emphasis will be on what should we do. Let us be security conscious. If we see anything strange, it's a common thing that I would tell people that if you are driving to your house, look at your mirror. Is there any strange person following you? And of course, we should watch our ways. I will also emphasize this, that some of those things that happened are things that the victims themselves know. Apart from innocent ones like this that happen to children. We've seen cases, you know, in those days, police will say, oh, if you go with land matters, we'll say, no, we don't get involved in land matters. People would say, this person has borrowed money from me. We'll say, no, go to court. But now we do what they call alternate dispute resolution. Why are we doing that? It's for cases like this not to happen. I've had cases, not 2, not 3, not 4, where it is just an issue of, I give you something to sell, you refuse to give me my money for the past 1 year, and they will now arrange, the owner of the money will arrange, go and get some people, they take you from your house. So by the time they're raising alarm that you are kidnapped, you yourself that is kidnapped know the person that have come to pick you. So we have few cases like this.
Okay, let me take a quick break. When we come back, we'll still have the Commissioner of Police with us. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Yes, well, you had a question.
Yeah, you know, I'm very happy about what you said about when you're driving home, because a few weeks ago I was driving home and I noticed a car was coming on top speed. I had to accelerate. And I know that for me, because I've been robbed before like that, I'm more conscious. I look at all my sides. But, you know, when you talk about, okay, in those days, communal living and all that, can we, you know, find a system? I don't know whether the police will like this, but communal policing is still very, very important. You know, maybe getting agents that would be like the ears and the eyes of the police in this kind of communities. Do you think that is possible?
Those people you are talking of, including you are everywhere. Because whenever you see something, you probably carry your telephone to tell us. So we have a strong partnership with members of the public. And people in Lagos have been very good with that. That is why you have the vigilante, you have the neighborhood. We collaborate with the Nigerian Hunters Association.
Wow.
They've been very, very helpful in most of the things we do.
I have to call from Kaduna. I don't want to lose that call. Hello, good morning. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Please, go ahead. Thanks for calling. Sani?
Yes, I'm Sani Mohammed. I'm calling for Kaduna State.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, well, please, I want to quickly refer on this judging issue and this security issue. Hello?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, let me talk about the security issue. These school girls that they kidnap some boys. The school doesn't plan anything by CCTV camera. Let them know that we have a camera that go to recognize these people, see these people so that they can help the policemen. I don't want to see what is going on. If you went to this developed country, went to Dubai, camera they use help policemen. Anything happen, policemen they can go to detect the cameras.
Okay,
anything that's going on. Anything you claim the police, the army. When the army is not there, there's not everywhere to help us.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. So let them have
security cameras
in 1 kilometer ahead or one something ahead, so that when people are coming in, you'll be able to see them in their camera. Know this kind of people that are coming in, how they're going to trace them.
All right, thanks, Sani.
They're going to the gate.
Thank you very much, Sani. Do you have this kind of technological appliances available for you?
We have lots of technology, but installing cameras, CCTV cameras at homes, in school premises is not the place we do that. But one thing the caller must know is that in the most advanced technology, Caleb, whatever, blessed country, things still happen. We keep on saying it. It is unfortunate we have this. But when it happens, people should please understand with us that government, that Nigeria police, do everything possible. Because you have in those places where they have camera, somebody will go to a school. Almost every 3 months, it's happening in some places. And they will say a gunman had entered a school and killed 10, 11 people. Yeah. In our own case, we are even lucky that we get the people back. But in some other climes, it's just to waste the lives of these people. Sure. And yet, we still send our children to the places. So it is a combination of a whole lot of things. Joining hands together, that is why we keep on building our partnership with members of the public. Yes. You know, as the Inspector General of Police, you know, one of his policy thrusts that we should have eminent personality forum. And we've done that up to the grassroots, is to incorporate everybody, including you here. That if you know that, oh, yes, you just see some miscreant somewhere, that you quickly alert us. And I want to tell you that in Lagos, people have been very good doing that. I
was going to ask you, sir, because I know you are recently posted to Lagos. How was it in the previous assignment in Lagos? How is Lagos different? And what do you think is different with the other states? How can they do better?
How can we improve in Lagos?
How can we also improve in Lagos? What's the difference you've seen? Because I know when the ex-governor Fashola traveled, when he was in Abuja, was saying that it was easier to manage Lagosians than in the federal capital. But how has it been? What Lagos versus where you're coming from?
I've not been recently posted. I've done 1 year.
Yes, now that's 1 year. We know.
That's quite a long. That's quite a long time. But you know, with experiences we've gathered everywhere. I was in this Lagos for almost 18 years before. Okay. At Alagma. I've worked in Benin. I've worked in FCT. Every state and the people there, they have their own peculiarities, and it's also a factor of the kind of people there. In a cosmopolitan city like Lagos, what you expect here is not what we expect in some other places. There are some of my colleagues that will tell you that, oh, in their places, if there is any shout, ole, ole, you will see everybody in that community with the motorcycle riders. They will join you in pursuing. Here, like you want to get to work on time. You don't
care about your neighbor.
And that is one of the features of a cosmopolitan city like Lagos.
Tope has a tweet and has a question for.
Okay, so I did a show based on the kidnapping on radio, and I said that all schools should liaise with the closest police station to them. That will be a way for that, and the security officials must have the number of the DPO. Is there anything on ground like that all the schools can easily directly? There's something happening called DPO, private and public.
Absolutely. I personally have gone to some schools, some of those mega schools, to have talk with the children, what children should know. We have hints on personal security that we give them. And we are lucky in Lagos. We acquired desktop telephones. That is not just about the DPO. You can call the station. Because some people would say, we call the DPO. He said it's now in Zamfara or something like that. So we now have desktop telephone that is just permanent at the stations. And you know that it's in this your TV station. We've also said it before that we have an application here that you can download from your phone that will call Smart Police. You just go to the Google Play Store and you download Smart Police. Once you have that Smart Police, and
I've never heard about it.
if you log in properly, there is a panic alert button. It's GPRS enabled. So if you press that red panic alert button, it will get to the control room, and the officer that is there will be able to direct the the nearest police patrol team. You can report any other case that you see on the road. You can even take picture, upload it into the thing. They will see it there. So we encourage people, but as I've been saying, in cosmopolitan city, some people don't even give a hoot to, what are they talking? It is only when it happens.
To you.
An incident happened where a woman, a child, and the husband, they were going on the road. They said they were stopped. And as of the time the woman came, the woman did not even know the registration number of her husband's car, with which we can trace.
Who knows?
So,
but those are the information that you should have.
Yeah. Chima Obi says, help me ask the Commissioner of Police what measures are being put in place to fish out those force men that are corrupt. Gims says, Mr. Commissioner, sir, what assurance do I have that if I report a suspect, I will not be arrested? Control.
Okay.
Go ahead.
CP Osheni, you're a nice and honest man who I know. I think the police need to start programs on security to the public that will help.
Ambition says, nice speech from the Commissioner of Police of Lagos. He's satisfied with what he has said so far. Taiwo says, security is everyone's business, and police are really trying at this angle.
Sir, we need to bring it back to talk about security generally in Lagos State. I think the tweets that we read concerning the behavior, the police behavior towards us, how we relate with them, how they handle our cases, those kind of issues are pretty much prevalent. But today, because we brought you for the the kidnapping, so we'll restrict our conversation to that. But we'll bring it back, sir.
But if you've been following, I still want anyone to challenge me at all. There is no institution of government that, put a searchlight on its personnel like the police. On a weekly basis, if you've been following, I do report to say, this number of policemen were arrested for this or that. They've gone through disciplinary process. The ones that have done something that is that bad, that is criminal, we don't give them any chance. They get dismissed, it's ratified, and we take them to the court.
Unfortunately, we run out of time, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for
Smart
clarifying
Yes,
that. Smart police on the apps. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That's all we can take. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Remember, the best cure for breast cancer is early detection. Get tested today. Has your wife gotten tested recently?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. That's all we can take on the show. That was one of the surprise questions. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.